Hello, we're here again with some more blocks. So I bought 3 originally and then I've added another 4. So I've now got 7 of the BLOCKX giant pans. And so today I am playing with those and I'm going to move them all to one side for the minute, leaving the one that I'm going to start with out. So I have got my swatching ready. I've got my black lines. I've put down the pigment number and whether it's transparent, semi-transparent, etc. Remembering that they are all light fast. It makes it quite clear on their website. It's probably why there isn't a huge range of colours, but there are enough. I've also done some of my kind of leafy shapes ready to do some colour mixing. And then when we've done that, I'm going to do a little abstract. It's one that I kind of tried out before. It's basically some fields, but it's kind of quite abstract fieldy shapes. This was just me testing it out. It might not come out like this, and I'm going to be using different colors anyway, but that's what we're going to be having a play with once I've done this. Now let me see if we need my light today. It's not making a huge amount of difference, I don't think. Well, I've put it on, but I don't, it's quite sunny again today. Yesterday, I have to say, it was, I know we shouldn't moan, but it really was so hot. It was 32.5 degrees centigrade in this room that I work in. And I think the rule of thumb is that you double it and add 30 to get the equivalent Fahrenheit. So that would be 65 plus 30 would make it 95. And basically I was dripping. So it was quite a tough day to get anything done yesterday. However, let me just see, what are we at today? Yes, this is much more my temperature. We're at 24.78 degrees centigrade, Fahrenheit, if you want it in the Fahrenheit. So much cooler at the moment, but then again, it is only about 9 o'clock in the morning when I am doing this video. So let us start with our BLOCKX yellow. And I know that I did swatch the 3 that I had already, but this is a much better swatching. I just kind of plonked them on a page before. And then we can add some water to that. So BLOCKX yellow is PY3 and it is semi-transparent. Oh, I love the way that these feel. Right, what do I need next? I need yellow ochre. So let's get my yellow ochre out. So yellow ochre is PY42 and it's semi-opaque. And you can see that because it's covering this black line quite a lot. Okay, there is our yellow ochre. Next, I need burnt sienna deep. Let's get you out. Burnt Sienna Deep is PBR7 and it is transparent. Yes, it is transparent. And we'll pull that down like so. What do we need next? Cobalt blue. Is that you? No, you're indigo. Cobalt blue. So cobalt blue, as would be expected, is PB28 and it's transparent. I got these when they were on offer with Jackson's because it probably saved me about £5 on each one, so it was well worth it. There is our cobalt blue. Moving on to indigo. Indigo, right, we've got 3 colours in here. We have got PB29, which I know is ultramarine blue. PB15, I'm not sure. I think that might, could that be a phthalo? Someone can correct me. And PBK9, which is a black. So a couple of blues and a black in this version of indigo. Right, what have we got next? Rose Lake. No, not you. You. And Rose Lake is PV19. Oh, I forgot to say that indigo is semi-transparent. Rose Lake is transparent. We've gone in quite strong there. Let's try and water that. There we go. Water that down a bit. So we get that nice pinky colour. And then finally, we have BLOCKX Red. BLOCKX Red is a PR254 and it is semi-transparent. I wanted to get magenta, but that had sold out. So that's why I ended up with Rose Lake. Got some blobs there, Michelle. Let's just, there we are. Well, it does wipe off, so it's not very staining. Okay, so I'll bring them up wet, then I will bring them up again. So there is our BLOCKX yellow, and yep, I would agree. That is semi-transparent. You can barely see any kind of chalkiness on the black line. Then we've got yellow ochre, which is semi-opaque. Yeah, it's not completely opaque, but it is covering some of that black line. Then we've got burnt sienna deep, and that one, yeah, that one's transparent, as is our cobalt blue, which is looking rather nice. Then we've got our indigo, semi-transparent. Yeah, there's a few little dots on there. Ooh, these are still very wet. Rose Lake. Yeah, it's looking as though it's transparent. And BLOCKX Red, semi-transparent. Do you know what? It's almost I might put that as semi-opaque. But anyways, those are our colours. Now to do some mixing. So 1, 2, 3. 3 lots of yellow. 1, 2, and 3. And what was I mixing that with? First mix it with cobalt blue. Get your head out of the way, Michelle. Okay. Obviously I don't have any greens in this palette, so I need to be able to make my greens. So there we have the yellow with the cobalt blue. Now we need to mix it with the indigo. I do love the fact that they have their names on the back. Indigo is quite strong, so we'll be careful. There we go. Oh, a very similar colour. Perhaps I'll add a bit more so that we get a different colour. There we go. There, we've got a couple of nice greens there. And then finally, we're going to mix our yellow and red. Let's see what kind of orange we get. I wonder if I need a bit more of the yellow. There we go. Yellow and red. Obviously you can get varying degrees of orange depending on how much yellow and how much red you put in, but I just want to get a rough idea of the fact that I can mix some of these colours nicely. There's my orange. Right, let me clean my palette. Like so. Indigo, that one's with indigo, so that's 2. Right, so a couple of lots of indigo then. There we go, we've got a couple of lots of indigo. First of all, we're mixing it with the Rose Lake. This should give me a nice purple, I think. I hope. Yes. Oh, wow. That is a lovely purple. That's almost like a dioxazine purple. Like it. What else was being mixed with indigo? Indigo and burnt sienna deep. Okay. Ooh. There we are. Go over here. So that has, I'm doing a lot of splashing today. That's made a really neutral kind of grey colour. So that gives me a grey, which is kind of what I wanted. There we are. Okay, let's clean you off again and move on. Right, that one's yellow ochre and that one's yellow ochre. So let's put a couple of yellow ochres down. There we go, we've got a couple of yellow ochres. The first one is with the Rose Lake. I just thought that might not be one I kind of, ooh, now that is quite a pretty colour. There. Wow, okay, that's nice. And then where's my other yellow ochre? Trying it with red. I wanted to see if I could get some kind of peachy tones. But I'm getting more kind of earthy. This is maybe more like a brick colour, an orangey brick colour. There we go. What does that leave me? A couple of mixes with cobalt blue then. They were just the ones I thought of. I didn't want to do a big colour chart. I didn't feel like doing that today. So where's my cobalt? There's my cobalt blue. Let's pop a couple of patches of cobalt blue down then. Like so. And then firstly I'm going to mix it with the rose. So I already mixed the indigo with the rose. That gave me this rather dark purple. This is a lot brighter and more pinky, whereas that one's more blue. So that gives me quite another purple. And then the cobalt with the burnt sienna deep. Actually, I just want to, yeah, okay. And that will give me a nice dark brown, as I've only got this in the ochre. So, okay, let me bring these up a bit closer for you. There is our yellow and cobalt blue, yellow and indigo, yellow and red, indigo and Rose Lake, yellow ochre and Rose Lake, indigo and burnt sienna, cobalt blue and rose lake. Get my teeth in. And then cobalt blue and burnt sienna deep. And then there's our yellow ochre and red. Okay. Well, I think together with the colours that are at the top there, am I missing anything? Because obviously I can adjust my greens by adding more yellow or more blue to them. So I can ring the changes with those. I could even mix my yellow ochre. Right. Let's try. Let's do a couple more of my leafy shapes. And label those up. Where's a pen? There's a pen. So let's do yellow ochre and cobalt and yellow ochre and indigo, just to see if I can get a few more greens in there. So we'll pop that down on the plate. I'll move that in a little bit. There we go. And then we'll mix a bit of the cobalt with it. Oh, we get a really olivey green now. There. And then with my indigo, it's still a kind of an olivey green, but that one's more on the yellow side and this is more on the blue side. There. Okay, well, get rid of my splats where I keep splashing my water. Let's just bring that back up again. They are still wet, obviously, but pretty good, I'm thinking. Let's test it out on a painting now while this dries, and then I'll bring this back up. So let's pop you there, pop you down there to dry, and let's do our painting. I might as well use what's on my palette here, and I want some of these I'm not sure if you can see, but I've just drawn out some field shapes. You don't have to do your shapes the same as me if you're wanting to do this. I suppose I should show, where's my, so here's a reference picture which is got lots of greens and kind of yellow ochre colours in. I'm not following the reference picture at all. It was just to get some shapes, really. So I won't leave that up there, but that was from Unsplash. If you go to Unsplash and you key in fields, then you'll get loads of photographs similar to this. That's all I'm using, really. So we'll pop that one there, and we'll put a bit of this one over here because these are further in the background, and I shan't worry if I get blooms or if they merge and mingle a little bit. Right, what colour shall we have next? Shall we have a bit of a yellow ochre somewhere? I think so. Maybe we'll pop you down the bottom here. And it's just like doing a little jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? And then I want something bright in the middle. So I think we'll go with some of this Rose Lake. As I said, I'm not, it's a kind of a semi-abstract because I'm just going to use the colours that I want to use. Then I'm going to take some of this that I mixed on my palette. There we go. I might just add a bit of what's left there. You can see me scraping that off my palette, and I'm dabbing it into the Rose Lake. You can see that one is all mingling. It's absolutely fine. I'm really not bothered about that at all. Right, let's mix up a green with my, I'm just going to add to what, oh, yeah, that was the cobalt and yellow ochre, and I've just added some yellow to it. That gives me a nice bright green here. It's quite a nice way of testing your colours and seeing what they will do. I think we'll have some yellow on its own up here. There we go. I'll let you merge and mingle a bit. Lovely. And maybe up there we'll put a bit of our burnt sienna deep. We'll pop you in. Ooh, this is beginning to look rather nice, I think. Right, let's keep going with some more greens, I think. Oh, I'm just adding to the green that was already there, but it does mean that, you know, there's some what do you call it, cohesiveness in the painting. So that's usually why you see artists, they don't kind of like clean their palette each time. They're using what's already there because it kind of gives hints of colours that have already been used. Right, now we've got these two. So maybe what we're going to pop in there, perhaps have a bit more of the yellow ochre in there. Pop you in there. And then let's go with our yellow and see if we can get a real limey green. Here. Yes, we can. Look at all my greens I'm getting now. Yay. And then we need something in the middle there. Do I go with brown? Brown's a bit boring, isn't it? But then again, no. Let's use this brown that's on my palette here. This was the cobalt blue with the burnt sienna deep. We might run out of it, but I'll just keep watering it down and we'll probably be okay. Right, so we have, whoa, I think yeah, I think I'm preferring this. I'm going to, you know, obviously get some lines and things in there, but first, bear with me while I just quickly dry this. It'll be a second for you. Right, there we go. Now that is looking wonderfully bright and cheerful. I think what I'm going to do next is find a few coloured pencils. Right, I have got Luminance Dark Sap Green, and I'm just going to pop in some things that kind of represent bushes or trees or something going on. And we'll pop that in there. And then I have got quinacridone purple. So I think we'll use that here. And we'll get some, because it's already kind of bled into anyways. So we'll get some little marks in there. And I've also got this hibiscus pink. So I think all I'm going to do with this hibiscus pink is I'm just going to add some lines like that on top of my Rose Lake. Okay, let's take olive yellow, and what should we do with olive yellow? Perhaps we will just go over that line to make it into something a bit bigger, like so. And we could maybe take this hibiscus and do the same over here. Which might look quite nice. Yes. Let's take the olive yellow again and define that border a bit more with some trees. Okay. What am I looking for? Where's my browns? Browns, where are you? There you are. I'm wanting quite a dark colour you. Sepia 50%. Okay, you might work. So I'm just going to put almost like some shapes along there, and maybe we'll have some taller somethings going on over here. Like that. Let's try and find a yellow. Oh, decisions. There we go. Let's go with you. Ooh, what yellow are you? I think the name's half rubbed off. Indian yellow. Okay. Indian yellow. And perhaps we'll get some lines that are closer together going on up there. I'm not sure you can see that actually. If I bring that up, it's barely making a difference, but it is making some kind of a difference basically. I'm thinking I need to do something to define these. Let's go with our sepia again. And get some of those lines in. And this time, perhaps we'll do a little bit of that. Okay. What else? I think we need something here. Maybe there's a bit of a road. You know, like farmers' roads going between the fields. I think we'll maybe make that a bit bolder. Just there. Like that. I think what colour shall we bring in? Shall we bring in this quinacridone purple? I think I'm going to bring in this quinacridone purple. And just do some random kind of marks in that field. I'm thinking that with this one, no, that's not going to show up. Let's go with the dark sepia, not dark sap green. And get a little bit of that going on. Right, I need to do something. I think they're not too bad as they are. I need to do something in there and in there. Right. Let us think what colours we've got going on. Well, look, that's made a bit of an orange. So let's get cornelian. And perhaps we'll just do some random kind of dots going on in here, because then we're echoing this, and we could also use this up here, couldn't we? And we can just do a few squiggles for something up there and something in there. Yay. And then I'll just shade that a little bit. So as we've got something else going on there. Well, I mean, I probably could go on and on and on, couldn't I? But I won't. So just, and of course, sometimes what happens is we get so far, we leave it, and then another day we might add a bit more to it. So, you know, don't ever think that you have to finish something off. Oh, my paper's ripped. There we go. That's a shame. Here we go. But never mind, this was just an experiment in any case. But, so there I was experimenting with some cooler colours. And here we've probably got some warmer colours. But yes, just some ideas for abstract-y fields, basically. Who knows what they are. But all good fun, and fun to test out your colour palettes with as well. So there we go. Which one do you prefer? Cool or warm? You can let me know in the comments below. Cool or warm? Right. So do stay safe, everyone. Try and stay healthy. Above all, try and stay calm. And yeah, have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Until next time, just a huge thank you for watching. Take care, everyone.